Okay guys, so today I'm going to show you how to add a conversational interactive form on your website. Now, this is not your usual plain boring form that you see everywhere. This is something completely different. Now also make sure that you watch until the end as I'll show you a feature that I'm certain you've never seen before. Okay, so let's get started. Very good, and for this we are going to use HelpGent. So it's basically HelpGent in one word. And as you can see, this is a plugin that will allow you to provide a better way to connect with your audience. What are the main three benefits? You can increase audience engagement, increase satisfaction and retention, and also increase potential sales. And if you're watching this during the Black Friday and Cyber Monday period in 2023, they offer up to 50% off. So don't miss out and grab that deal. Okay guys, so as you can see, I have the free version and the pro version installed, so you can easily try it out for yourself. With the free version, it's directly available on the WordPress repo. All you have to do is look for HelpGent. So again, like I said, I have the free version and the pro version installed, so I can show you all the features of this amazing plugin. So once you have it installed, by the side you have those tabs here, and we're going to create our first form together. So let's click on all forms. So let's create our first form together. And as you can see, you have the choice among two different options. You can start from scratch or start from a template. So I'm going to show you the few templates they have already. As you can see, you have the job application form, an appointment request, or the student admission form. And as you can see, if you scroll down, they will keep adding some more. So let's go back to all our forms and let's start from scratch, okay? So let's create this together. So the first thing we need to do is to put the form name. Okay, so let's pretend that you run an accounting firm, you're an accountant or something like this. Maybe you provide financial advice. And as you can see here, we have two call to action buttons. So get a quote. So normally you would link this back maybe to an internal form somewhere on your website. So instead of this, why not have something right here in the corner, like a bubble speech? And if you click on it, you have all information immediately and you can interact with your potential customers, your new prospect. Okay, so let me show you how we can build this together. So we go back here. So let's give it a name. So we're going to call this one request a quote. So let's keep it simple. So do you want to enable the form bubble? So what is this exactly? Well, when activated, users can easily access and expand the form with a single click. So in our case here, it's going to be absolutely super helpful. So let's enable that feature and then display on selected pages. So on which page do you want to show it? All the pages, maybe just the home page, maybe just a contact page. So again, this is a very handy feature. So if you wanted to link this back maybe to an actual page, maybe your contact page or something, you could display that only on the contact page. So in our case here, I'm just going to display it on the home page for now, okay? So let's select this and then let's create our form. Very good, and immediately from here you can see that this is a very easy to use solution. So by the side you have all the screens. So what are these exactly? Well, this offers a multi-step form. So instead of the old boring form where you have to fill out all the fields one by one on top of each other, here you can actually interact in a conversational manner with your visitors. So basically you will go from step 1 to step 2 and so on, and you even have the endings as well. So we're going to cover all this in a minute. In the middle, as you can see, this is our preview screen, and this also works on different types of devices, tablets and mobile phones as well. So that way you can make sure that your form displays properly on any device. And right here by the side is everything that you can use to build this. You have your elements, the design side, and also conditional logic. And again, this is an amazing feature that will help you to interact with your visitors in a conversational manner. So let's go back here. So as you can see, we have more options here at the bottom. So what I'm going to do is basically zoom out a little bit so we can see everything on the same screen, okay? Very good. So first, let's cover our different steps. So these are called screens and endings. So as you can see, the first step is the welcome message. So this is what they will see. And then we have the user validation. And the ending, once they've completed all the different steps, is this one here, okay? So this is very, very nice and super easy to use as well. So let's go through all the steps one by one. And let's create one that's related to our type of website here, okay? Okay, so first, let's cover our different steps. So as you can see by the side, these are called screens and endings. So how does this work? Well, this is the first screen they will see. So once they click on that bubble, this would open up. And again, you can customize this exactly the way you want. I'm going to show you how to do so in a few seconds. So once they go through this, they click continue, they will go to the user validation. Then once they click continue, they will go to the ending. And that's basically it, okay? So this is how all the steps will work one by one after the other. So let's take care of the very first one here. So this is the welcome message. And again, it doesn't have to be welcome. It could be anything you want, okay? I'm just going to show you here all the different features. So basically here by the side, you can change the element. So the one we have at the moment is called welcome. It could be anything of your choice. We have all the basic feature. I would call this not so much basic, but essential. So you have button, dates, file upload, long text, numbers, short text, and range slider. And then you have everything related to the contact details. So obviously you want to ask maybe for the email address, their phone number, their website. So these are all ready-made fields that you can use to fetch information from your visitors. You have choices as well, like drop down, multi-select. You scroll down here, you have also everything related to rating and ranking. If you want feedback from your visitors, maybe run a survey or something like this, and also open-ended answers. So let's go ahead and create this together, okay? So basically, let's go back here. So right there, as you can see, we can add an image as well. So let's go here, click on image, and we can perhaps add an image of ourselves. So use this one. And as you can see, that looks very professional indeed. Now you can also add a video if you prefer. So for this, click on replace, and I already uploaded a video. As you can see, this is a video format. So use this media. And if you hover on top, you will see there's a play button, and I can play the video as I see fit. So there you go, guys. As you can see, this is an amazing solution that will allow you to build literally any type of... There you go, guys. How amazing is that? Now, here we have the layout as well. So you can position this to the left, maybe on the right-hand side, or maybe full screen. As you can see, this looks very professional as well. So again, it's just a matter of preferences and a matter of taste, you know. So I'm just going to leave it like this for now. And let's take care of the other side here next to it. So to edit this, all you have to do is basically hover on top, and now you can type whatever you want, you know. So I think welcome is fine. And here we can type a description as well. So thank you for your interest in our services. To request a code, please follow the next few steps. It'll only take you 1 minute max. So right here by the side, as you can see, you have time to complete. So if you think your visitors might become a bit impatient or think there's too much work involved, you can also enable this. And as you can see now, we have an estimate of how long it will take to fill out all these different steps. So again, super handy feature, as you can see. I'm just going to disable this for now. Right here, we have the content of our button, so continue, so feel free to type whatever you want here as well. Now, obviously, at this stage, you might want to change the color scheme to match your branding. So if you go to design here, as you can see, you can change the colors, even the font size, the font weight, the text color. So all that's related to the color scheme, related to your branding, can be customized from here. As you can see, you have the button color. So if you want it to match, let's say, our blue here that we have on our website, you can easily do so by clicking on it. And then you can use the slider here and match the blue from your website. So let's select this one here as an example, maybe this one. Okay, that's perfect. And as you can see now, our button is blue and it will match obviously our own branding. So right here underneath, as you can see, we have an image or video style and we have a media overlay. So what is this exactly? Well, basically we'll add like a mask in front of your video or image, and then you can change the color and the opacity. So for this, I'm just going to use maybe an image instead. So as you can see, there's no background here, okay? And now if we go into the design again and change the overlay color, we can change this to something else, you know? So maybe we go for something blue again. As you can see, this is brightening up our image, and you can change the opacity as well. So we can play along with this. So I'd say maybe a happy medium just about here. And that again looks very professional, doesn't it? Very good, so that's us done with step number 1. So now let's go to the user validation. So clearly this is a necessary step because you need to fetch at least the email address or something else, you know. So right here by the side, you have 3 different options. So this one is the default field, which is the email. So this is the minimum requirement. If you want to get back to them, you need at least an email address. You could have also the registered user field, in which case they can log in using a password. Or we can have the guest user field. So here they're going to give you all their details. So we have the name, the company name, and the phone number as well. And again, we can easily change the title here. So instead of user validation, you could have maybe your details. And right here, we can type something as well, you know. So perhaps something like this, you know. And by the side here, as you can see, you can disable some fields. Maybe you just want the name and the phone number, and that's basically it. In which case, you click on the small I here, and it will basically disappear. So that's all we need. We need the name and the phone number, because like we said here, by filling out your details, you authorize us to contact you by phone within office hours. So again, we're going to add a picture here. So we scroll down, add an image. So I found a few online, so it's related to contacts or maybe someone on the phone. So I use this media here. And to be honest, this looks very professional, doesn't it? Now let's add a new step. So this is basically the welcome message. So they go from one step to the other. And this is basically our details which are required for us to get back to them. So let's add a new step in between. So clearly we need to ask them a few bits of information in order to provide them with a quote. So what could we ask them first? So maybe as an accountant, what's important to us is to know what their annual turnover is. And then based on that, we can use conditional logic to send them to one screen or the other. Okay, so let's put this in place. So for this, I suppose we need to offer them different options. So maybe a single select, and then we can add the different options. Okay, so this is our next screen. So I have option 1, 2, 3, or 4, and here we can fill this out. Okay, so here we're gonna put the title. So what is your annual turnover? Question mark, okay? And then we're gonna put the different options here. Okay, very good. So maybe something like this, I haven't started yet, maybe 0 to 100K, 100K to 250, 250 to 500. And then if you want to add more, you can do so. Okay, so 500K plus. There you go. And this is a good basis for us to decide how much it's going to cost them. And then we know exactly how much work is involved. Okay, so before we go ahead with the rest, let's have a quick preview first. Obviously, this is full screen. It will be a bit smaller, but we have a quick indication of what it looks like. Okay, so let's continue. And this is what it's going to ask. What is your annual turnover? So let's say maybe 100 to 250 and then submit, okay? And this is our end screen. So obviously, once they filled out any of those options, we might go to a different screen altogether and redirect them accordingly. So how can we do so? It's very simple. We can use conditional logic. So this is right here by the side. And this is where we can add our rules. So as you can see here, we have the if condition. So if what is your annual turnover is or is not, so this is really up to you. So let's say is equal to, let's say I haven't started yet, and then you can decide where to go, which screen you will go after this, okay? So clearly we only have one screen at the moment, so we will need more than one. So what I'm going to do is create another 2 different screens here very quickly. Excellent, so as you can see, I've added those 2, so below 250,000 and over 250,000. And obviously those companies will have different requirements. As you can see, this one has 4 different options. If it's over 250, they might need more services as well. So they can select whichever services they need in total. Okay, so now let's insert our conditional logic. So we go back to our first screen, we go to logic, and right here we're going to add the rule. So if our annual turnover is, I haven't started yet, then where do we go? We go to below 250,000, okay? So as you can see, you can also add a condition, but you only work with the end condition here, basically, or as a conditional logic, not or. So basically it is equal to this and something else. So 2 conditions have to be correct for us to go to this. So in our case, it's only 1 condition. So if it's I haven't started yet, it's below 250,000. And then we can do the same with the other 5. So basically here, 0 to 100, we go to below 250. And then the next one is 100 to 250, we go to below 250. And then the next one is 250 to 500. In this case, it's over 250. And then we have the next one, which is basically the last one. So 500K plus. And this is obviously higher than 250 and then done. So publish. And now let's put this to the test. So we're going to go to the preview here. So continue. So I'm going to say maybe 0 to 100,000 and then OK. And as you can see, this is correct. This is below 250,000, isn't it? So we're going to say maybe 250 to 500, and this is over 250,000. And I can select every services that I need from them, and then we can carry on. And then after this, if they move to the next step, it will bring them to the end screen. Again, you can add as many steps as you want, but the way we have it set up now, it will go to the end screen. And again, you can customize this and feel free to type whatever you want here. Maybe not end, but something else. Thank you for contacting us or something like this. Now, there's a call to action button here. Maybe you want to offer something for free, maybe direct them to something you have for sale, or maybe have a coupon code or something like this. You can have your text of the button here and then link this back to your website. And you can also add social links, basically redirect them to your social media platforms. So as you can see here, you could add Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, or Instagram. And for this, all you have to do is basically select the social media platform that you want to add and put your URL here. So I'm just going to put a hashtag as an example. And let's say maybe we'll also have Twitter and perhaps as well a YouTube channel. And you put everything here just like that, okay? And this is a very nice touch to actually add your social links to your end screen so they can visit your social media platforms. So now let's go back to our front end and let's refresh. As you can see, it is displaying here. So this is fully customizable as well. So let me show you. Now we can go to the settings tab And right here, you can customize everything. So at the moment, as you can see, it is displaying in the bottom left-hand corner. And now we can change this, obviously, and also customize the form bubble right here. So you can change the shape. So this is a rounded shape at the moment. It could be a square one, or maybe a rectangular one like portrait mode and landscape mode, okay? So you can add borders or no borders, and you can change the position. So I personally think it looks better on this side. I think it's usually there where it is. And maybe a rounded shape is actually very nice as well. And then you can change the size, you know, small, medium or large. So that's again really up to you to decide. So I'm just going to save this for now. So let's go back here. There's a few more options. So for those of you who have the Pro version, you can remove the branding if you wanted to. That's really up to you if you want to promote their services or not. And you can save incomplete data as well. So if you enable this, basically we'll save basically all that's been filled out, the form, the content of the form itself. And if the customer comes back afterwards, all the details will still be there and they can continue on and carry on from where they left it. And again, this is a very handy feature because once you have this enabled, even if someone starts typing something online on your form and didn't actually go through the whole process, you will still fetch the information. Let me show you how this works. So if you go to all your forms and right here you have those three dots, you go to responses, and from here you can see those that were submitted, completed and incomplete as well. So if someone started typing a comment or something like this, you can still fetch the information and have a very strong insight about what they were about to say. And again, how cool is that feature? And then also, do you want to allow anonymous submission? So this is very handy, especially when you're requesting feedback or a survey, for instance. You know, not so much for a form because the form obviously you need their details, so it cannot be submitted anonymously. But if it is, like I said, for reviews, this is the ideal choice as well. Now, if you go to the email notification here, you can customize everything and you can use those variables here in your text. So hello, and then the person's name. Now you have received a new submission for, and then the person's name, you know, and then here are the details, username, IP address, and so on. So again, you can use any of those variables here and insert them in your text, and these will be fetched automatically from the backend and filled out. So instead of hello to name, you'll say hello David, okay? And username David Garay, or maybe the email address, you know, hello at mrweb.tv, your IP address, and so on. And then this is basically the confirmation that you will receive. And again, this is fully customizable. You also have the template style. So here you can change the color, the branding, and all of that. So again, as you can see, they thought of everything, literally, you know. So I think we're done now with this. So what we can do is click publish. Very good. So let's put this to the test. And for this, I'm going to open the website in an incognito page. So let's put this to the test, okay? So let's click on this. So as you can see, this looks very professional, doesn't it? So let's click continue. Your details, so hello at mrweb.tv. Continue. So name and phone number. Very good. And then continue. So what is your annual turnover? So let's say maybe 250 to 500,000. So which are your requirements? So I need the complete account, I need VAT return, annual return, income tax, and corporate tax, for instance. Okay. So let's click submit. And there you go, guys. As you can see now, we will receive the inquiry. And if the visitors wants to have a look at your social media platform or try something for free, they can do so by clicking on any of these, or they can simply exit out of this. So now back to our WordPress dashboard. Let me show you here under the HelpGent settings. You go to integration. We also have cloud storage. So this is another very handy feature. So you can link up your Google Drive or Bunny Drive. So basically, instead of storing everything on your server, you can have this stored on your third-party suppliers. So as you can see, sometimes you might ask maybe for pictures or maybe for them to upload files or something like this. Obviously, this is going to be heavy on your server. So in which case you can connect your Google Drive and store everything remotely. So now let me show you another amazing feature, which is the front-end dashboard. So this is actually great. So if you go to general here in your settings, user dashboard page, you should normally have this set as dashboard as well. So if you go to all your pages right here, you will find the dashboard, and then you can open this in a new tab and it will look something like this. So remember, we filled out the form and this has been saved in our front-end dashboard as well. So as you can see, I selected over 250 to 500. and also the different fields that we wanted to. So again, as you can see, this is actually great, isn't it? And now you can interact with the owner of the website directly from here as a potential customer, which leads us nicely to the feature that you've probably never seen before. Look at this one. How would you reply? Video, screen, voice, or text? So what's that about? Let me show you. So let's pretend that you run a web development company based in London and you provide premium service, meaning that if someone has an issue with their website, they can log that in immediately and send you a message. So wouldn't that be nice to have this by the side now? So let's do this together. So as you can see, I've created a form already here. So web development company, let's edit. And as you can see, this is our initial screen. So report an issue with your website. Our support team is always there 24/7. And now I'm going to show you that amazing feature that I promised you. So let's add a new screen. And this one is called open-ended. So once you add this, as you can see, you have all these different options here. And this is basically how your visitors will be able to reply. So via text, via video, voice, or screen recording. And this is the important part, especially in this industry. Let's say if your customers are facing an issue, they can immediately record their screen and share it with you. So before we put this to the test, let me jazz this up a little bit and add an image in the background. And there you go, guys. As you can see, that looks a lot better already. So now let's publish and let's put this to the test. Okay, so we go back to our home page here and refresh. Very good. So there it is now. So I'm going to click on this. So report an issue with your website. So continue, and there you go, support team. So tell us all about the issue that you're facing. So now I can interact with the company directly, either by text, video, voice, or screen. So if it's by text, all you have to do is click on this, and then you can type your website URL, phone number, etc., etc. So this is basically a form. If it's a video, you can record a video or upload a video from here. If it's a voice recording, as you can see for this, it's requesting the permission. So let's authorize this and then allow. And now we can start recording, okay? So this is basically it. But the most important one, the one that I've never seen before, is the screen recording that you can share immediately from here. So let's click on this and let's start recording, okay? So I'm going to click on this one. And now from here, you can select a window or an entire screen. So I'm going to select an entire screen. I have two screens here, okay? So this is the one I'm recording on, and this is the other one. I'm just going to select this, okay? So share. And as you can see, 3, 2, 1, and boom, it's going to start recording basically, okay? So now I'm recording from that screen, and whatever I'm recording is going to be sent directly to the company, okay? So now I'm going to stop here. Very good. So are you ready to send? Yes. As you can see, this is my screen recording we just did together. So say yes. And now it's uploading. And that's basically it. This is our end screen now. And now if we go back to our dashboard, we go to the web development company form. As you can see, I have those 3 dots. And this is another feature. You can go to your responses immediately from here. Okay, so click on that. And there you go. As you can see, someone contacted the support team. And this is the screen recording. And then from here, I can either download it or watch it immediately from here by clicking on this. So again, we can reply as well ourselves, either with a video, a screen recording, voice, or text. So let's say I wanted to reply and I just said to them, okay, you need to click on this, this, and this, and that. I can also record a video and share that with them and make it very easy for your visitors to understand and fix the issue. All right, so if you'd like to give it a go, as always, I'll leave all the links in the description below. Now, the company that developed this plugin also created one that allows you to build any type of directory website. So if you'd like to find out, you can watch this video next.